Hi guys, and welcome back to another Trades of the Week video. As always, we're going to be looking at our watch list sent out by expert traders, and in particular the watch list, of course, for the portal and the education centre on the IYF website is sent out by our head trader Oliver Davis. It's great to see loads of our members actually producing their own watch lists, following sort of the trend and the expectations that our traders are setting within the community. But it's always good to have a solid watch list predominantly for the expert traders portal. So we're looking at positions we're going to be looking to take in the week and potential market movements. So let's continue with that. So market watch list, as always, scroll down, view here, and we should see here the 11th of November to the 15th of November watch list. We open that up and we have our watch list here. So let's get into the overall view of the markets per Ollie's analysis, and then we'll have a look at 2 or 3 individual positions and see where we're looking for those to go and what potential trades we have in line for the week ahead. So firstly, last week was very interesting. We saw unexpected dollar strength, which slightly changed the view of things going forward. And we've also got a fairly packed week now with both the UK and US reporting CPI, inflation and retail sales. We have the RBNZ as well, rate decision with a reported 65% chance of a cut. Which now has been sort of read through, has been reduced to 50%, but there's still a potential for a cut either way. So that's the New Zealand dollar, and that's how it's going to be affected this week predominantly, especially if there is a cut. But over in the US, there's 2 more important things that aren't listed on the sort of calendar for news, but we are speculating the markets could move, so it's worth knowing about. So Tuesday, Trump, who's been said to be speaking on trade and economic policy, and he rarely speaks on those in a subject and plan way. So we are looking for that to sort of condone some mention of China and how the trade deal is getting on there. Secondly, on Thursday, the White House is due to make a final announcement on tariffs as well, which is likely to hit European imports, potentially igniting a new trade war. So yeah, the US could be taking on more countries if that goes through, and is as expected. So yeah, a lot of volatility expected from those 2. Not news announcements, but more discussions and talks rather than a preliminary bit of data. So then moving on, we have GDP figures for the UK and Germany as well. Germany is most interesting as it faces the threat of recession at the moment. Technically a recession is the 2 consecutive contracting months, and there's a real threat of this in Germany at the moment. And of course Germany is huge, especially as for part of the Eurozone, so it could actually drag other countries and the EU with it. So there's plenty of sort of decent trading opportunities, I'd say, but some maybe unprecedented moves that we might see due to the announcements this week. But we want to try and make the most of these last few weeks of trading for 2019. And as Ollie's nicely noted, patience, emotional control, and money management should be all at the forefront of your mind as you plan out your trades for the coming week. So with that being said, now let's get into having a look at a few trading ideas. We're going to have a look at EURCAD first. So EURCAD on the daily, we're still looking for a buy as we're approaching a technically bullish sort of area, daily high highs and lower highs, and as we saw price drive into our first area of interest around the 61.8% and previous structure, we can see the bears are running out of steam at this long and this sort of level. So we're looking for the price really to build off of this, as you can see 61.8, bouncing off that nicely and going or moving back to the upside. So we are looking for the buy here, but we're sort of looking for the price to move above the daily 50 EMA, which is this red line here, before we're looking to go into the long positions, but we're not far away at all. On the 4 hourly, similar story, we're looking to go long. We can see the price stalling at the 61.8 level again, and sort of bouncing off of that nicely, failing to make new lows. So we're waiting for a break and a retest of the 4 hour EMA again, before moving back to the upside. Euro yen we're going to look at next. So daily price is slow in making its way into the first area of an interest in sort of corrective manner. We see there's a little bit of stalling here, but we should remain on high alert as we approach the 50 EMA, which is down here, which is also sort of in line with the 38.2% fib level and the previous structure for potential long. So we are keeping an eye on them sort of levels for the euro yen. And now let's move on to something similar to EJ. which is the pound yen. So the daily, very similar to EJ, a slow and corrective few weeks for this pair. Nothing has changed with the bullish bias that Ollie has set out on this currency pairing, and is expected to break out soon and a move to the downside into one of our Fibonacci levels, where we will start to sort of gorge some interest to take a long position. So again, we're looking for that slight retracement. To be honest with you, all the positions mentioned thus far aren't far away from good levels, and as you can see, the currency pairings I've included in this video are kind of trying to avoid the dollar a little bit, as we're trying to see how Tuesday plays out. But yeah, we're definitely looking to trade the yen this week, and the CAD and the euro. So yeah, back to the pound yen position. We are looking for the breakout and a move to the downside into one of the Fibonacci levels before taking that long position as mentioned. And there's multiple confluences around the 50% fib level, but the daily 50 EMA also, it's aligning at the moment nicely with the 38.2 fib level. So we're looking for that sort of retracement back down to the 50 EMA 38.2 as well in terms of the fib level. Meeting both of those would be a lovely sort of setup to go long on this pairing. So guys, that's enough. 3 very good trades and potential setups that are close to sort of being able to enter on those positions. So we're looking, just to finish up, pound yen long if it meets the correct level. Euro yen, same story. We're looking to go long after a slight retracement and going into the correct level. And of course EURCAD, which we are also looking for the buy, but we're looking for a little bit more confirmation on that one. So potentially some really good trading positions, but of course, like Ollie said at the start in his watch list, could be a very difficult week and challenging week with the news coming out, and unprecedented news as well. So we look forward to seeing that, how the markets are affected, and of course how well we do this week.